In today's Bitcoin video, we will be answering the question whether now is a good time to buy, looking at the current structure that we have, also some more in-depth data, the liquidation heat map, and some more charts from Twitter. Now, let us start with the current structure, which is, in our opinion, and by the way, this is not financial advice, it's just our opinion, is that we have topped on the 17th of December in a wave 3 and have since seen, and I will just draw this on the chart, a wave A down, now in a wave B up, and we'll see another wave C even further down. Where exactly that will go, we will discuss in a second. Now, looking at what is currently happening in this very moment is that, well, we are in this sort of choppy sideways action, but actually it is basically playing out this B wave scenario quite well, because a B wave is a corrective wave in another correction, which is made up of an A, B, and a C wave. And as you can see, we have an A wave, we have a B wave, and now, or well, not now, but in the coming days, weeks, whenever, we are looking for a wave C into this target box. And what exactly are we looking for here? Well, we're looking for whether we will see a pump in this box, and then if this box holds as resistance, because if we break out above 104.7k and sustain the breakout, then the probability that we're in this blue scenario, which we don't think is the primary scenario as of right now, then the probability of that scenario is going to increase a lot, and we might be in a more bullish scenario than we actually thought. Now, before we come to how deep we can go in the C wave that is yet to come, let us look at the other data that we have for now. And this is just basically what is currently happening. This is on the 1 hour chart. And what we can see is that the price has been increasing, well, to some slight extent, not very much, to be honest. Open interest has also been increasing, and again, not that much. To some extent, significantly. Compared to price, it has increased more. It doesn't look like this right now, but if you actually look at the numbers more in depth, it does show that open interest has increased more significantly than price, because price, this line is sort of misleading because this wick down, but if you place it here, more or less been going sideways. But this isn't caused by wick, this low. This is actually a proper low, and we've been rising steadily ever since. The spot volume is incredibly flat. Even if I pull it out and expand it further, we're still, well, there's basically nothing happening, no spot activity, probably because all of Europe, America, well, the entire Western world to some extent is in Christmas holidays right now, which was to be expected. Also, the funding, as you can see, has been on a downturn and is now, with this current pump that we're seeing within the last 2 hours, 1 hour or 2 hours or so, is coming back up. But what does this mean? It means that open interest has gone up while the funding has been going down, well, basically sustained. This basically means that there have been more shorts added to the market, as the funding rate displays the number of longs compared to shorts. If funding goes down, that means more shorts are coming into the market compared to more longs. So what we can make up from this is that while price remaining steady or now going up, we've seen more shorts coming in. And what does this mean? Well, let's look at the liquidation heat map. What does this mean if there is more liquidity above? Well, we're probably going to see a liquidation swipe and going to liquidate some of those shorts above. Well, first of all, let's look at the support box. It's from 100 to 104,000. Now looking back at the liquidation heat map, that would basically be this cluster, and at 104 there's basically nothing. So realistically, judging from the liquidation heat map, you could say, well, we might not even extend to 104,000, and of course this is just the uppermost boundary. We don't have to hit this level. We can hit this level, and by the way, this could already be hit with this extension. We don't think so, but it could be. We could also just hit this level and then go down in a C wave. So realistically, if you look at this, there is not necessarily a lot of liquidation here that would need to be happening, which could reason a pump to 104k, which wouldn't be caused by a more bullish sentiment. So what am I going to be watching out for here? Well, I'm going to be watching this chart and seeing if there's more liquidation building up on the upside. If suddenly we see something like this, well, if it gets more green, it means there's more liquidity. And by the way, I'm on the CoinGlass is the website, liquidation heat map on the 3-month chart. Then it's going to be more likely that we see a push even higher. For now, it is looking like the biggest liquidation block is sitting somewhere down here at 90K. And of course, down here, there is the most liquidity, but we don't really think that we will go as low as that. And by the way, if you're interested in finding out why these liquidity pools matter and how you can use them and why market makers are actually interested in liquidating them, feel free to check out our website. We actually have an end of year sale. If you're interested, check that out. It's the first link in the description. Now looking at what the C wave might do if we see one to the downside. We can make a better determination on how far this might go if we know a B wave has stopped, which we can't say for sure right now. For now, we can say that this support box is basically the valid box that we are looking for in this bigger wave 4, which we think we're currently in and have been projecting for basically weeks on the chart. This scenario is not new for us. We have been saying this for quite a long time, and now it is basically finally happening. And what we can say is that the support box basically ranges from 95K to 80.4K. And if you think now, well, the upper boundary of the support box has already been hit, could we turn around here? And it's entirely possible that we have seen something like an A, B, C wave and are now building something like an 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a more bullish scenario. And this was all the retracement that we're getting. If we look at it percentage-wise from the top to the bottom, we have seen a basically 15% drop, which is absolutely sufficient for a bull market of this size. So yes, we do not need to correct even further. This would be fine. Turning around here would be a probable scenario, but looking at the different variables we have, and we will look at some more later on, we think it's just more likely that we will see another C wave down and going somewhere in the support box. Now, will we hit 80.4K or something in this lower boundary? I don't know. I can't tell you. I can tell you a more definitive statement on that if we have topped in a B wave, because then we can, well, define the target for the C wave more accurately. But if this wasn't the bottom for this wave 4, we think that we will at least hit this level right here, so at least 86.9K. And that is, again, going back to the question whether you should buy now or not is, and let me just clear this off the chart so we have a clear view of what is going on. Now, you basically have to make the decision that if you also view it like us, and again, it's not financial advice, just our opinion, a possibility right now would be to trade here the C wave. So basically this move upwards could be 10%. But trading a B wave in an ABC correction is always quite risky. What we are looking to do is just wait to see a further drop. And then if we have dropped somewhere down here, somewhere, well, maybe another 10, 15%, whatever, we're looking to buy a long in this approximate area and then take all the way to the top all of the price action that is coming. Why are we doing it like this? Well, we're basically doing it like this because longing right here is very dangerous, because the chance of us breaking down even further, well, it just remains quite high. So we think the risk to reward ratio is just better if we buy lower, or if we wait for this resistance area basically to be broken and then invest in something like a wave 4 of this move. Yeah, again, the liquidation heat map, we've seen, we are watching for more liquidity buildup up here, but what I wanted to highlight exactly is that between 95 and 80 is the support zone. And if we look here at 90, for example, and the upper boundaries of 80, there is some liquidity to be grabbed. Now, let's get to the tweets. This is by Rect Capital. You can see it right here, Rect Capital on Twitter. And he basically does long-term analysis, and quite well, as we think. He's saying the weekly support has been lost in the blue color here. And this uptrend, which has lasted for 5 weeks, is over, and Bitcoin is showing increasing signs of transitioning into a multi-week correction. And relief rally, if it all needed into these all support, could turn them into new resistance to confirm additional downside continuation. So this is basically in line with what we are saying. We're saying that probably we will see, for determining timeframes is always, it's basically impossible because we don't have a glass ball. We can't look into the future. This could legit endure for months. We don't know. Nobody knows. It could be over in 2 days. It could be over in 5 months. You don't know. And these wave fours tend to extend quite a bit. So prepare to be in this correction for maybe possibly just quite a bit longer. And what basically he is saying is that we will see another, well, a longer correction before we see another uptrend again. And this is also with the second tweet that we have in line. This is just a bit more short term, and this is just about the CME gap. But he's basically been saying that the liquidity above has been grabbed, and then over the weekend, and this is in line with our views as well, because over the weekend usually nothing happens until Sunday in the evening, at least for the Central European time zones, Sunday in the evening. Nothing really tends to happen. So right now, as I've been saying, we're basically just waiting for prices to do anything. And this is basically what trading is all about. We teach this more on our website if you're interested. Again, first link in the description. But it is basically about defining key areas where you want to trade. For us, this is one key area. For us, this is one key area. And we're basically just waiting on price to do one of those things. Go here and break down, go here or go up, and then or go down here and go up again. We have clear defined levels where we're watching and where we can just say, well, if price does this, we're going to do this and this and this. And this just completely eliminates emotion from trading because you have a step-by-step and clear plan. And we also teach this on our website. I don't want to mention it that often, but we do. And we can show you how you can capitalize on the market to some extent. Now, again, what are we going to be looking into? Well, where prices are going to turn. And just people always want to know what is going to happen in the very short term, even though usually it's not very relevant. So just zooming in a bit. This, as I've already outlined, is a complete wave A of B. This could be a complete wave B of B. And now we could see something like a wave C is something like this happening into the support box. This is what we're watching for. Here we have to be somewhat careful because if the market is more bullish than we're anticipating, then, and I will just highlight the blue scenario in, let me just give me just 1 second here. The blue scenario is that this was a wave 1, this is a wave 2, and now we're in a wave 3, 4, 5. Why is this scenario quite unlikely? Well, again, I've been highlighting all the bearish scenarios basically we have for Bitcoin right now. And also one thing that you can watch for yourself on the chart, if this video, if you're watching this video, not exactly as it's coming out and want to analyze the chart for yourself, wave 3s tend to be very impulsive. So if we see something like this, just chopping around a bit and doing this, and then maybe having a slow grind upwards, that is probably not a wave 3. It's just an extension of the wave 4 we're currently in, and then probably still this B wave. Of course, that would have to be analyzed further. But if this blue scenario is at play, we're going to see something like the 1 we've seen, the 2 we've seen, which is a valid count for now. But we would have to see, and this would have to happen the next days, a very rapid spike pump into the upside area, because wave 3s are characterized by being very impulsive, happening very fast, and basically leaving everybody on the sidelines. So if this blue wave count is at play, then you're going to be seeing an impulsive thing. And this can also be mistaken for a C wave, because C waves also tend to be quite impulsive and quite fast. So again, the only way to determine what is looking at the support box, looking where our clear defined levels are, and then just looking at how price reacts to our levels. I think with that, enough is said. I have shown you what we are exactly looking for on our chart, what we think of the current data. what we can make of the liquidity heat map, and again, some more opinion pieces from Twitter. If you're looking to learning trading, then the first link in the description is our website. We offer this. We have multiple years of experience in the market. This is, by the way, also a different YouTube video where we show you how you can analyze charts using Elliott waves, which we also do. We include a psychology-based trading course, Bitcoin and Ethereum chart analysis, and a trading strategy, trading signals, and some more things. Bitcoin Ethereum analysis is basically something like we do in these videos. They just come more frequently and just maybe a bit more at a relevant time, because if prices move right now, we can make an update to our members, but we can't necessarily make a 20-minute YouTube video. That is just not entirely possible. Of course, we try to update you on YouTube as fast as possible as well. As I've said in the beginning of the video, we have an end of year sale currently going on our website. So yeah, feel free to check that out. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to also subscribe to the channel, and I think I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.